If you have been experiencing audience overlap despite targeting different audience interests, then in this video, I'm going to talk about and share with you the truths behind Facebook interest targeting, which will also help you understand a bit about audience overlap. So how can you check for audience overlap with your other active running ads if you have them running, and how you can avoid audience overlap, and why you should actually even head towards not doing interest targeting, but actually doing broad targeting. And what I'm going to do here is not just share some random piece of theory, but I'm going to dive into the ad account and walk you through on how we really can check for an audience overlap between different interests, of course, before we even launch a new ad set with a new audience interest. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so in this video, as I said, I'm going to talk about the truth behind Facebook interest targeting. And to give you examples today in this video, I'm going to talk about three niches specifically, just as an example. Stock market being the first one, the second is health and wellness or fitness, and the third is digital marketing. How and what I will teach you and how I will teach you that today is this is something which will help you understand that how we at our agency actually check for audience overlap before we launch new ads with new audience interests. The whole point that I'm trying to make here today with this video is to tell you that why you should be actually heading towards broad targeting, and interest targeting is not the future anyway. So let's get inside the ads manager here. And let's start with the first one, which is stock market. Okay. So the way to do that here is inside the ads manager. So this is a training account that I've created. And so you'll see I'm under audiences over here, right? So once you hit this option, it will take you to a page like this. And what I'm going to do here is create a saved audience. When I click create a saved audience, it will show me this option here. So when you click on create a saved audience, it will give you this option over here. Now the interface is very similar to how things will look like when you are actually running, like launching an ad and you go to the ad at the ad set level and you enter your audience interest. It's the same thing. The only difference is we are not at the ad set, but we are actually trying to create an audience beforehand. So that, and the reason why I'm doing it this way, so that I can show you what I'm talking about. So let's say this is test one, right? Test one for stock market. And the interest is, let's scroll down. So I'm going to leave the location as India. I'm going to leave the age as 18 to 65. Gender, I'm not going to touch any of that. I'm just going to come to this detailed targeting and type an interest. In this case, I'm going to type stock market. I'm going to choose the first interest that Facebook itself recommends, which is stock market investing. Just write this name over here. Right? And I'm going to hit create saved audience. Now we have already created one audience here, right? With the stock market investing as the interest. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to hit on create audience again. And this time I'm going to choose a different interest, but in the same niche, right? Usually how the typical conventional wisdom and methodologies that people teach you or used to work in the past in 2016, 2017, 2018, which was more about audience interest. So you would launch different audience interests. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to select and search for a different audience interest in the same niche. So I'm going to again type stock market. All right. Select the main interest that I've already selected once so that it gives me suggestions, right? So I'm going to click suggestions and I'm going to look at all the other options. So you can see it will give me all other different audience interests that I can use to target in the same space. Stock market, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select stock exchange as this interest over here, as I'm trying to show you the overlap between two different interests within the same niche, right? So I'm going to just write over here, stock exchange, and basically the name of the interest. And I'm going to hit create saved audience. Now we have two different interests saved over here, stock exchange and stock market, right? If I select both of them and I go to this option over here that says show audience overlap, it will show me the percentage of overlap selected audience, and it shows 96% of overlap between these two audiences. And that is the reason why that even if you go ahead and you probably, if you're running ads and you're familiar to it, maybe that even if you are running ads and different ad sets or different campaigns with different audience interests, Facebook will still keep giving you this notification that you are experiencing audience overlap, because of which your ad is not performing in an optimized manner. Why? Because it's giving you the reason as to be audience overlap. And you are kind of wondering, why is that even happening? Because you have different audience interest. I'm not even running the same audience. The reason why is because there is an overlap between different audiences that you're running. So go head over to audiences over here inside the ads manager and then create a saved audience, create another saved audience with different interests, but within the same niche of like your niche. And you can do a comparison like this to understand why this is even happening. Now let's delete this for once, right? And let's head over to the second one. which is health and wellness, right? So I'm going to select on create saved audience. I'm going to use an interest here. So let me just look for it. Let's scroll down at the bottom. Let's type the interest, health and wellness, maybe. Okay, health and wellness, personal care. Yeah. So we have got this one interest over here, right? That says health. So I'm going to just write it over here so that I can show you health and wellness, personal here. And then I'm going to hit create saved audience. So we have this one audience created. I'm going to create a second one now. So I'm going to take the same interest so that then I can leverage the suggestion option to choose another one within the same niche. I'm going to select the same interest for once, then hit suggestions so that it shows me other interests available. And let's say, for instance, in this case scenario, I choose physical fitness, right? So I choose that. And then I will remove the health and wellness, which was the original interest that we already have an audience saved using the same, right? Using that one. Now let's hit create saved audience. And now we've got two interests. You already know, I forgot to rename it, but you already know that the first one here is physical fitness is the interest. The second one is health and wellness, right? Let's have a look at audience overlap. And you will see that it shows you 66% audience overlap, right? Similarly, let's delete this. Let's create more and let's head over to digital marketing. And I'll say I'll target test 3, which is digital marketing, interest. Let's scroll down at the bottom, hit digital marketing. And here we go. There's an interest as digital marketing. I'm going to select that. So I'm going to save this as an audience first. Let me just delete these ones. So digital marketing, then I'm going to create another one. And this is our third test. This is digital marketing as the niche, and the interest will be, let's have a look. So let me first type in digital marketing and choose that as an interest so that then I can get some suggestions from Facebook around the same niche as an audience interest. So digital marketing, here we go. Let me hit suggestions. And it says social media marketing, right? So pretty much it falls under the same domain of digital marketing. So I'm going to select social media marketing over here. And then I'm going to take out the digital marketing from this particular audience because we already have an audience created. And I'm just going to write it social media for now for the reference, social media marketing, right? And hit create saved audience. Now we have two audience interests created, digital marketing as one interest, and under digital marketing, another interest is a social media marketing. So if you're in this domain or this industry or this niche where you're targeting people in digital marketing, then you probably will target people using the interest as digital marketing and also using the interest as social media marketing. Let's have a look at audience overlap between these two. And 85% audience overlap. And this is the reason why it is a problem that if you are building your entire methodology or strategy to do media buying inside Facebook basis on audience interest only, then you will experience audience overlap because it kind of makes sense as well at the same time, right? A person who is interested in digital marketing may also be, according to Facebook, be interested in social media marketing because social media marketing falls under the domain of digital marketing. So this is the reason why when you do audience interest targeting, that is not the only needle mover and to get you the results that you desire. In order for you to win in this game, you should tap into broad targeting and not audience interest targeting, and rather try to win the game without interest targeting so that you can create new ads and campaigns with much more sustainable performance and not experiencing any sort of audience overlap. I wanted to create this video just to show you how we actually test audience overlaps before you even create new ads, because that's what I got one of our clients who was confused when we were talking about this, when we were launching his new ads. And then I thought I should create a video for you guys to share with you how you can check for audience overlap between different audience interests before you even launch new ads. So if you like this video, please hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment telling me what more do you want me to create a video on, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and create a video tutorial on the same. So thank you once again for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you around on the internet. Bye.